Hi there, welcome to Tarotland Soap Opera. Today we're going to see what positive, loving Taurus energy is trying to do in Tarotland to bring about, to help people down here in the world. What are you doing in positive energy, Taurus? You're putting in the hard work and effort, trying to make people have, oh, I have my card deck upside down, but it comes out for a reason. Okay, well, that's difficult. Maybe to make people quit defending false victories, to quit being immature, and to quit offering maybe love to the past. Because upright, these people would be defensive to people who do speak their inner truth and do want to offer love. So because they're maybe defensive of moving forward in love, and the universe is trying to offer them love, but they try to offer love to the past instead of moving forward, and they offer love to being immature and being defensive. So positive Taurus energy is trying to make people quit being defensive, quit being immature, and maybe instead of offering love to the past, offer love to the future. Okay. What else are you trying to do? Positive Taurus energy. Taurus is an earth sign energy about putting in hard work and effort. And it's about positive Taurus energy would be, instead of having just a worldly belief system about money, materialism, and being stubborn, positive Taurus energy would be trying to make people have belief in a higher power, to be willing to be in the energy of love and light and authentically be themselves, to have hope, faith, and belief, so that way that they can be, the energies can shift and they can kind of be in flow with the universe, and to be willing to transform. Yeah, maybe put an end to their selfishness and greediness and being unwilling to work together with others. Okay, tell us about this Seven of Wands in reverse. And with the Scorpio Death card, we have the Leo card, that instead of being in these energies, positive Taurus energy wants people to step into the spotlight of their life, to let everything be illuminated. You know, it's kind of an awful life to be hiding things all the time and not being authentically yourself. And when they are willing to let everything be illuminated, to just be willing to live their life authentically and step in the spotlight of their life, come from the energy of love, then the energies can shift for them. They can connect in with their Scorpio emotions and be willing to experience those deep emotions. Scorpio is like the deepest emotions we can have. And be willing to shed the old to give birth to the new, and uh, you know, not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of their mind, and put an end to the old foundation they were holding on to, so that they can see their dreams come into reality, knowing that they do have the resources with positive Gemini energy to manifest their dreams into reality, and be willing to fight for the truth, so that they can maybe speak the truth about any foolish risks they took in the past when they were kind of in more shadowy energy, and be willing to take a leap of faith to tap into positive Pisces energy, willing to see things from all perspectives and quit being in pride and ego. And instead of being controlling and all of that, instead to make decisions in their life that are best for all aspects of themselves, and step into their life, into their power, being an Emperor Aries energy, and willing to make decisions that are the best for everyone involved instead of making decisions that are only best for themselves, and to be willing to be fair and just and balanced. So that instead of repeating past patterns of the past, they're willing to take the happy memories of the past, take the lessons they were meant to learn, so that they can start working together with others from that pure, innocent, emotional nature. And again, step into Leo energy, willing to take bold, confident action in their life where they're no longer in denial of the truth, but embrace the fact that they do have this dualistic nature to themselves of, free will, and to listen to their, embrace both sides and listen to their intuition so that they can heal from any past pain and wounding that they have when they were in denial of the truth, when they were lost, like in shadowy darkness, and they can heal and move forward in their life in a positive manner. Well, wonderful. Thank you, positive Taurus energy. So, about the Seven of Wands in reverse. Someone before probably used to be stuck in a mental prison because of fear, insecurity, greed, selfishness. All those things. When you come from those type of energies, it holds you in bondage and slavery. It's like people in the past maybe were defensive of their selfishness and greed and their need to control and whatever. And it's like, let that go. Instead, quit defending that type of way of behavior. Work through your thoughts and your fears and insecurities about why you feel this need to be selfish and controlling and greedy. Why do you listen to the negative voices in your head when you could listen to the positive voices in your head? When you could embrace love. Okay. Be willing to speak the truth about, we have to be willing to come clean about the fears and insecurities and tell the truth about it. Okay, tell us about the Page of Swords in reverse. Maybe before they were immature and they lied about maybe passionate actions they took before when they were more in selfishness and greedy energy. They maybe took action towards before when they were kind of in selfishness and greed and fear and insecurity. They could have felt that love was optional, and they thought that they could be in the shadowy type of energy. So they just maybe had a new beginning in a different, and went towards, the devil. The devil is an option. We can choose to get in a relationship out of anger, a need to control, out of fear, out of insecurity, out of greed and selfishness. That's an option. And maybe before they did get in a relationship because of those reasons. Anything else about this Page of Swords in reverse? They didn't want to stand, and it's kind of like they rejected their own inner nature. The Page of Swords in a positive way would be us standing in our inner youthful nature of hope, faith, and belief, standing in our inner child truth of what we believe is possible when we do have all that hope, faith, and belief. And before people rejected that within themselves, it's like, no, I'm just going to reject my own hopeful nature believing truth, because instead I'm going to take creative action or lustful action to be in these toxic energies. They might have been dealing, people that were in needless, anyone who's in shady energy is operating from shadowy devil Capricorn energy. And in the past, people had rejected their own inner believing nature, thinking, I can just be creative in life and have a new beginning in these type of energies. And positive Taurus energy is like, instead of trying to be bossy and controlling and like you're the authority, boss up and realize you're not. There is a higher power and a higher authority, and that higher authority is like the universe, which is love. Okay, anything else about this Page of Swords in reverse? Yeah, it's like letting go of your dream, our inner children nature of hope, faith, and belief, and believing in the impossible. They let go of that before because they let go of hope, faith, and belief in order to use their creative action defending being in shadowy energy. Okay, tell us about the Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, in the past, they like rejected love from the divine in order to offer love to the past and, their selfishness and greed so that they could seem like they were the boss and be in shadowy energy. Again, we had a emotionally negative, maybe immature, somebody harnessing immature air sign energy of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, defending being in shadowy Capricorn energy, being in shadowy Aries Emperor energy, and they were defending kind of that unloving way of being. And positive Taurus is saying, let that go, quit being immature, let go of that shadowy type of love, that you can align with either side of your free will. You can align with negativity or you can align with love. Instead, um, the choice is to be in the energy of love, in the energy of the sun, life giving energy where you can authentically be yourself, where you can thrive, where you can grow. This is never going to bring you the life that you want. It's a lie. Tell us about the sun. But in the past, for some reason, people who chose the shadowy path, um, they were kind of being selfish and greedy and unwilling to open up, unwilling to share. They were being selfish and greedy. And that was the foundation that they held on to. It possibly, um, Four Pentacles can be about feeling a little desperate. These people need to learn to love themselves and treat themselves with kindness and compassion and forgiveness so that they let go of the old way of being. And if that was a foundation of how they grew up, that, when they grew up, people were kind of like that and that's kind of what they learned. It's like you need to shed light on that. That it's not all about money and materialism and selfishness and greed and not really opening up. Come from an energy of love instead and let that old foundation go. Okay. Yeah, so maybe shed light on the fact that based on maybe how you thought as a child, maybe how you were brought up, made you think that the way your future was supposed to be is that by causing competition and conflict, in that petty kind of way of being, that would somehow bring you victory. That's a shallow victory. It's not a loving victory. And those people in the based on how they were maybe brought up or way they thought as a child, they thought if they create conflict and competition that was a way to have victory, and they just try to balance out their emotions by coming more from their mind. And that's what they offered their emotions to and everything. And their allegiance kind of was to being in this protective energy of a King of Swords, which is like, I see it as a Libra energy, and their sense of fairness What they thought was fair and just was to live from their mind, because that way they wouldn't get hurt, they wouldn't have to open up, they wouldn't have to work cooperatively with other people. That it's fair and just for them to protect themselves so that they don't get hurt, because people who are in shady energy are afraid of being hurt. And so when they create competition and conflict, they feel like they've had some type of victory, but it's a shallow victory, because, you know, you're getting victory, a shallow victory, by being, I don't know, like defensive and emotionally detached, and I don't know, kind of a win at all costs energy. And instead, what these people need to do is, let go of the past, let go of that foundation to hold on to this type of foundation, is what positive Taurus energy is trying to get them to do. Where let go of the past, quit repeating past cycles, and instead, it's like, I'm going to take my happy memories of the past, because I want to dream again of what's possible in the world and having that hopeful, believing nature. And as I do that, you are going to have to work through some inner conflict that you have, because in the past, the way you were maybe brought up or the way you used to think before, you've got to work through that conflict in order to rise above that competitive nature, that inner conflict, in order to see the truth that the universe is offering you this Ace of Wands golden opportunity to come from the energy of love and hope and faith and belief. And when you do that and you're willing to move forward in that manner and leave behind this fear and insecurity and desperate feeling and being afraid of opening up, as you move forward, the divine will help you balance out your emotions. And in positive Sagittarius energy, when you tap into Leo sun energy and Sagittarius fire sign energy, you can be adventurous and creative in Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius energy also is about higher learning and, why did I think the way I used to think? Why do people who went forward and didn't feel the way I used to feel, why were they able to move forward in these energies? You educate yourself and you find out, if you decide, I don't want to live like this anymore and feeling desperate, and I want to be able to be willing to see my dreams come in, to believe that I can manifest. So in Sagittarius energy, once you rise above this old way of being, you educate yourself and you become, instead of being like an authoritarian, living from the mind, instead you learn that true empowerment comes from not being defensive and emotionally detached and acting like you're the law of the land. Instead, it's like, you know what? I want to stand in my truth and power. And the truth is love. That is life giving energy. Anything you have, love or not love, you're not going to grow and thrive in an energy of not love. The people you're with, the people you love, or your children, they're not going to grow in this energy of not love either. The truth is, we need to stand in our truth and power, which is love and life-giving energy, and that way we can tap into those youthful natures of hope, faith, and belief, coming from the pure innocent nature of offering love to people and from ourselves, because we're no longer vulnerable and feeling desperate, because we know the truth that we've chosen to offer ourselves love and compassion and forgiveness, to have hope, faith, and belief, standing in our innocent nature of love and truth. And when we work with other people from that foundation, all we have to know is this other people willing to work from that foundation. If they're not, we wish them peace and they can go live in illusion and fear and insecurity and desperation, which is a lie, but they're in illusion and confusion. But we're going to stand in our truth and power. We're going to offer love and kindness to them because we know they're like lost in the dark. And we're going to speak our inner truth. And when we do that, Instead of feeling stuck and desperate, we're now aligned with the energies of the universe, and the universe wants people to grow and thrive and be authentically themselves and grow into their full potential. You know, we were all given unique characteristics and traits and interests, like seeds in an apple. We each were given those seeds to grow and thrive. We're not meant to be in fear and desperation. We're meant to grow into our full potential. And when people get in the energy of the sun, we can be in flow with the universe, and the energies will shift around us, and karma will start to go in our favor because we're not clinging and desperate and not resisting the universe. Basically, now we're in flow with the universe. So tell us about the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, now people are willing to walk away from those old ways of thinking, believing, perceiving, self limiting beliefs, fear, insecurity, relationships that were never going to bring them the emotional wish fulfillment that they want in their life. Now they'd be willing to walk away from those things, and they're willing to step into their own personal Leo sun energy. When you step into the Leo sun energy of the universe of love, then you can emotionally tame your own beastly nature of, I don't know, just running around rampant in the world and fear and pride and ego. You emotionally are connected now with yourself. So then, um, that kind of changes your overarching belief system. Sometimes people here who are in the devil energy, that's more about worldliness and materialism and image and status. And instead now they can be more, head towards a belief system that's more enlightened and positive Taurus energy, and embrace those both sides of themselves, listen to their intuition, and move forward with a solid, stable, long-term plan. And instead of being reckless and impulsive and immature in this energy, now they can be willing to fight for the things that they're really passionate about in their life, and harness positive Scorpio energy. So here they went from kind of shadowy Capricorn, Aries energy, and shadowy immature air sign and fire sign energy, to being in positive Leo energy, positive Sagittarius, positive Libra, positive Leo, positive Taurus, positive Virgo. And now people would be willing to transform, to be willing to shed the old way of being, to give birth to the new, and put an end to feeling desperate and clinging to an old foundation, an earthly foundation, where they felt desperate because they were clinging to the world instead of coming from the energy of love. Tell us about the Scorpio death card. Yeah, putting an end to being reckless and non-committal, kind of trying to stop change, instead of letting change happen. It's like before it was like, no, no, I'm going to take this impulsive action to indulge myself, kind of not willing to grow up. And instead, now they've learned to fight for the things that they're truly passionate about, when you have hope, faith, and belief. And so the energies can shift. Um, Tell us more about the Scorpio energy. Yep, willing to bring down those old foundations. You know, it's hard to bring down those old foundations. It's hard to step out of your comfort zone. It's hard to give up those old ways of being because it's scary to change. That's why with the Wheel of Fortune, people try to prevent change because it's scary. But, with the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving person in the deck. You can't even see their pony's feet moving, but the Knight of Pentacles is the only one who reaches their destination, which is becoming a King of Pentacles, somebody who takes action in the world that's very stable and abundant and nurturing, nurtures everything they grow. You know, we don't have, it's a day-to-day process. We make slow changes in our life to bring about change, but we let go of the self-limiting beliefs, the fear, the insecurity, and that in itself is scary. But we take slow steps every day. And we take time to heal from the past times. You know, it's the pain and hurt of when we were emotionally hurt before, or how we listened to these berating voices in our head that kept us in shadow and darkness and self-limiting beliefs that you can't do that, who do you think you are, nobody would do this, nobody would do that, nobody would like this, nobody would like that. You know, we need to offset those voices in our head with loving, kind, compassionate voices so that we can heal and believe that have we deserve to have loving, kind, reciprocal relationships, and it starts with ourself. Um, and when we go through that transformation, the new foundation that we're going to cling to is love and belief. And when we do that, we know that our dreams will come in. We'll know that we do have all the resources every day to start manifesting our life. And when we start speaking the truth about, you know, when we were, what is it, that Bible verse about, you know, when I was a child, I thought like a child, but when I put aside foolish ways, you know, we grow up, and you know, so we're willing to speak the truth. We're all human beings who make mistakes. We all made foolish decisions in the past, but life is about a soul's journey of learning from our mistakes. So now we tell the truth about the past foolish risks we took when we were stuck in pride and ego, and we thought we were, I don't know, the boss. And, you know, now it's like, you know what? Now I'm willing to move forward in my life and see things from a new perspective and become enlightened and make kind of boss moves in our life where we want to have a life that's fair and just that we deserve, that isn't at the expense of other people. You know, that's a shallow victory. We want to have true victory in our life. And true victory in our life is about doing things that make us feel proud of ourselves, truly proud, because we're acting with character and integrity, and we're coming from love and generosity and kindness. And that way we will have happy memories of the past, and we can work with people together from that pure innocent nature, taking that truly bold, confident action instead of emotionally manipulative action, and be at peace within ourselves. um, let's take a quick archetype reading for people who were kind of in the shadowy energy before. What type of archetype were they working from? Since we're talking about Taurus energy, it would have been shadowy Taurus energy. They were a shadowy mentor and prostitute. They had the inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, so kind of being jealous or not. We, oh, well, you figured out. Imparting false instruction. And the prostitute placed material considerations and security above self empowerment. So tell us about positive Taurus is trying to help people see the light of that and to shed light upon it, that it was a shallow victory. They were emotionally detached, they were immature. You know, the only way we can grow is in the energy of love. So once the people realize that and step into the energy of love, then they're willing to transform and they can mature and they can be an angel healer, which is helping those in need with no expectation of return, and have a passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. And that's the Four of Swords, you know. We've all had people reject us and hurt us in the past, but we don't want those people who made a free will choice to not come from the energy of love. We don't want that to keep us stuck in that negative cycle too, because we deserve to have an amazing, wonderful, hopeful, loving life with loving relationships. And so we need to be willing to transform that. And the Scorpio card is about transforming. It's like, instead of letting that keep us down and feeling desperate and afraid to work with others and keep us in shadowy energy, is like, no, just because people hurt me in the past, and they chose to be in shadowy energy, don't let them take you down too. See above it, see it from the bigger picture. And it's like, oh wow, it's like, hurt people hurt people. I don't want to be one of those people. I want to help others with no expectation of return, because I want to transform and rise above that shadowy energy and that negative energy and hurt people, hurting people. I want to break the cycle. I want to be everything I was meant to be, and I want to help other people learn to be everything they can be. That will bring me true victory in my life. Well, thank you, Positive Taurus Energy, for helping people of the world to uh, learn this lesson so that they can move forward and have all those wonderful, to create the life they were meant to create, to have faith and trust in the universe and see things from a new perspective. Thank you, Taurus Energy. I wish you all peace, love, and joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.